Lalantia show. Today I'm coming on to do the energy reading for October 2020. And I pulled some cards, I channeled a bit, I have a little bit regarding the moon cycles. And this is kind of I don't know, an overview more like, I don't know, it's so easy to go so deep, and I just decided I want to lighten it up a little bit, but we'll see. Like, it's still pretty deep. So there's just so much to talk about, and it's hard to go into any of the moon cycle stuff too deep, just because astrologically it's going to be different for each of us to a degree. So this is just the basics around the energy there and things that you may be feeling. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Lalantia. I'm a psychic realm channeler and energy healer, and I specialize in working with the magical realm. So I work with dragons, unicorns, mermaids, fairies, all of the different magical beings. I also work with galactic beings. I work with regular guides. I work with all different kinds of beings, really, but I do specialize in working with the magical beings. And this channel is all about the different magical beings. I do reviews of tarot and oracle decks. I talk about spirituality. I talk about all different kinds of things here, actually, but I do specialize kind of in talking about the magical beings. I also talk about the lost lands of Lemuria, Atlantis, and Avalon. And my whole thing is to help you connect to the magic of who you really truly are and to break down those boxes of what society has told us is normal and acceptable so that you can be your most authentic self using your gifts and abilities, living life in alignment with your soul. So this reading is meant to help you to understand the energy a little bit better so that you can work with it instead of against it or fighting it or whatever. And so that you just have a little bit of awareness, and it does help to have awareness. So I did pull cards. I did tune into the energy. I did look up what the moon, the full moon and the new moon are in regarding the astrological signs, and channeled a little bit on what the energy is like for each of those as well. So I'm actually going to start with that because I think that that's kind of the main points of the month. First of all, we have October. October is kind of known for like the shadow time. We're in the northern hemisphere. We are sinking into fall, and it's like we have Samhain, and it's really sinking into these darker energies, darker not meaning bad, darker meaning our shadow aspects, and really like acknowledging these other parts of ourselves. So that's something to be aware of through this month. And as I went into the energy, it kind of became clear to me. So the first thing is that on October 1st, we have a full moon in Aries, and the full moon in Aries is a very fiery energy, and what I'm getting from this is that there's a lot of anger and frustration and just a very tense energy that is coming up to the surface. So it's really easy to get just really irritated and frustrated in how things are or aren't going. Just, I know for myself, even when I sat down to channel this, I felt that energy already starting to come in and just feeling like, oh, this is too hard. And it's like, duh, why am I being so dramatic about this? You know, like I'm already feeling the energy coming in, and I have a feeling it's going to be pretty intense. So the message around that I want to mention to you guys is to make sure that you're grounding, make sure that you're spending plenty of time in nature. You're going to probably find that you're having all kinds of excuses for not going out in nature. Don't let those excuses get in your way. Go out in nature, even if it's raining, even if it's windy and storming. I'm not saying that you need to go sit out there for hours at a time, but go out there, connect to the earth, spend some time with her, because that is what is going to help you. And sorry, I thought I wasn't recording for a second. It's funny how it just disappears for a second. But that's what is going to help you in being able to be more in tune with your own emotions, right? And having an awareness of what you're feeling and why you're feeling it, and recognizing that, you know, things may feel a little bit over the top right now, but it's gonna pass. I would suggest looking up, you know, some things regarding your own astrological sign for each of these, and kind of the things that may be coming up for you personally, but this is just kind of an overview of what's happening kind of collectively. On October 16th, we have the new moon in Libra. This is one thing that they said about this is be who you are without fear of rocking the boat. That means be strong in who you are. This goes along with the tarot card that I pulled for the month, which I will share in just a moment, but it fits perfectly. This is about just being authentic and not doing things just to please others, right? Like do things for yourself because they feel right to do them. It is really important to be really strong in who you are, not I don't know, toning yourself down to make others more comfortable, that kind of thing. Then we have another full moon. So this is going to be a blue moon because it's the second full moon of the month on October 31st, which is also Halloween. So this is a full moon in Taurus, and they said that people are going to be a little bit more moody, more crabby type energy is going to be coming up, out of balance, impulsive. So those are things to kind of be aware of during that part of the month as well. But another thing kind of came through for this month, and that is that there's potential for healing some really big things regarding relationships and possibility for new relationships coming in. I think it's important to have an awareness of this. So taking time this month to look at where you're holding on to things that aren't serving you regarding relationships and doing kind of some healing work around relationships. Especially romantic relationships. I'm feeling it most strong around romantic relationships, but it can be relationships with anyone or even with yourself. And remember, because it is a more shadow type month, to be very aware of the things that you're feeling. And that's something when I was going to the astrological parts of it, and I'm not an astrologer, I'm just getting the basics of what the energy is for each of the moon cycles, but for the full moon and new moon. But it is really important that you are paying attention to your emotions through the entire month, that you are exploring what you really truly feel each and every day, if possible, really exploring things for yourself, because it is a very chaotic, it has potential to be a very chaotic month. So it's going to be really, really important to be grounded and really secure in yourself, that you really stick to routines, and that you're, meditating and you're clearing your energy and you're doing the things to kind of keep yourself in balance the best you can. Now, you may need more time for rest this month. You may need more time to just be with yourself. So I pulled one tarot card for the month. I wanted to know what the energy was that was really important for you to have an awareness of, like a big energy that's important for you to know. And I got the Chariot, and I was like, okay, that's really interesting. So the Chariot is about doing things, like being really strong and just doing it, like overcoming things and just doing it no matter what other people are saying, what other people are trying to tell you, that you're not good enough at it or you're not ready to do it or whatever. If there's something, this is going to be different for every single person, but it's a really strong energy. And what was it that they told me? I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. I did write down this, which is really important. Be strong enough in who you are that you aren't impacted by others' energies so much. Know yourself and believe in yourself, and use that energy to accomplish things. Now, yes, this is kind of a fake it until you make it type thing as well, or it can be. It's not always, but you can fake that confidence. You can fake whatever it is to accomplish something, to move into something. It's like you just stand up and you just do it. Like there's no more playing around, you just do it. And there is, need for balance in regards to this, but a lot of this is just like, stop playing around, stop telling yourself you're not ready, stop, putting yourself down and saying that you're not capable of these things, and just do it. So I don't know, it's kind of an interesting energy, I think, but apparently it's really important for you to know. So we'll see kind of if that comes back up as I'm doing the rest of the reading. The rest of the cards I did by week. So I did it 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the 4 different weeks. But the energies really just kind of flow together. So I didn't want to be like, oh, from this date to this date type thing. Just remember that the energies flow together. So we have October starting on a full moon and ending on a full moon. Just like thinking about it. Wow, there's just like a lot just in that. But we have Merlin showing up in the beginning of the month. Very strong energy for the beginning of the month. Now, I work with Merlin a lot, and having him present for the month is going to be very helpful in us being able to ground our energies more and to be more present in how we're meant to show up, I guess, like more present in ourselves. So we have Merlin, and the card says magic, perception, equilibrium, and alchemy. So he's very much obviously about magic. He has his staff there, his book, his owl, his magic. There's this wisdom all around him. We see the wisdom with the book and the owl on his shoulder, the crystals, the staff itself. When I work with clients, a lot of them, they're gifted a staff while we work together, and that staff helps them to connect with their power and their wisdom. So that really shows up strong for me in this card. So in the beginning of October, it's important to remember your wisdom and to remember who you are, to remember your magic, and to show up with that magic, to show up in a way that you know, this is who I am, and I know that the energy is really crazy right now, but I'm going to be strong in who I am. I'm going to trust in my own ability to overcome the difficult tasks that are before me. I'm really strong to be able to look into my own shadows and to remember the magic that is within me. We also see these potion bottles there with him as well, which just feels important to kind of mention. Let me see if he has anything else that he wants to share. He's talking about your magic and that importance of remembering your magic. Now, sometimes people are a little bit triggered by that, like magic is like evil or something. And you don't have to have any particular beliefs around this, but your magic is your authenticity. It is who you really truly are. It's letting go of the conditioning and owning your true self. And that is your magic. Your magic is your uniqueness. Your magic is your gifts and abilities and how you are meant to use them. So every single person has magic. And this is how I see it. This is how I work with it. And that's how Merlin is wanting to share this message. He's also reminding you of your magic through your wisdom, like your wisdom and who you are. Like you've trained for this for so long, and you are ready to really work with this energy in a bigger way. So what I'm getting from this as well is he's wanting you to explore what fears are keeping you from living in your magic, from living in your authenticity, living in your uniqueness. What are you afraid of? And what beliefs are holding you back from stepping into that? What conditioning is keeping you within small boxes that don't resonate with your soul, that aren't who you really truly are? The next card that we have for the beginning of the month is Precious Opal. So I pulled a crystal card for each week. And so this one is Envision the Future. This is about creating the future, using your own authentic self, your own magic, your own uniqueness in creating the new earth. Now, the opal is so beautiful because it has this it has a flash. I have some opal out in my kitchen, but I'm not going to go get it right now because I need to get it wet and I need to hold it a certain way. It's possible you wouldn't even be able to see the flash anyways, but it has a flash to it. It's absolutely magical, and it seems otherworldly and impossible to be within a rock. But it is very, very beautiful and amazing. So envisioning the future is knowing that we can create anything that we put our mind to. And that goes along with the chariot, putting your mind to something and doing it, actually doing it. I'm actually going to see I feel like this one's important to see what the book says because Show says things so perfectly. I keep forgetting a number. Were the ancient oracles always accurate? Nope. Time is fluid, Opal knows, making the prophecy business rather risky. But when the priestesses of Delphi donned opals, their ability to make sense of the swirling waters of what is to come sharpened. Unlike most stones, Opal knows how to hold and work with water. She feels the ways in which the waters of time can be channeled or dammed, creating different outcomes and new vision. Since the future is not a fixed destination, naming the pathways you might walk to get there begins to craft what comes next. Choose your road and name your path, Opal encourages. That's how the future emerges out of the swirling waters of time. So hold your vision. Remember that you are, such a powerful, magical being, and we are creating a new earth. And that is just this really important message of envisioning that new earth and holding that vibration and grounding it. So even through the tumultuous times, even through the chaos, even through these fires of craziness that is happening here on earth, we need to remember what we are creating and keep holding that. So that may mean that it's really important for you to not be absorbing the news or people's drama on Facebook or whatever it may be, but being really strong in your own energy and creating this new earth. I'm going to take a drink real quick. Talking so fast. So the last card that we have for the first week is about strengthen your gifts. So this is just a reminder for you to be making time for yourself, making time to meditate, making time to journal and look at any beliefs or fears that you may have around your gifts, and just taking time to really nurture them, right? So that's kind of a whole other thing that I could probably go into in another video, just because people get so confused and caught up in their gifts and abilities and overthink it way too much. But just your reminder, meditate a little bit more, or make sure that you are meditating each day or most days, and practicing your gifts and abilities. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to say about that one. So now we're moving into about the second week of October with the cards and what's coming up for the second week or around the second week, because like I said, the time kind of flows together. So it's not exactly one date to another date. It's just, generally this is about where it lands. So this card is Sacred Union. So I had mentioned in the beginning that there was possibility for romance. So wow, how perfect that this card came up. It says growth, vitality, fertility, and sexuality. I do feel it's really important to do sexual healing this month. If you have trauma in that department, it's something to look at. Maybe, I know for working with that kind of trauma, or any kind of trauma really, it helps to have support through it. So it may be time to reach out and get support through working through that trauma, but this is your sign to do so. And it is a sign for some that your sacred union is coming. We also have fertility, reminds me of just like, planting new seeds or welcoming this new growth or new creations, right? Let me see if there's anything else here that stands out to me. No. So this one actually is perfect. So this is a crystal card here for the second week, and it is Amber. What are you becoming? I'm going to say, who are you becoming? This is a perfect week to look at who are you becoming? Who do you want to be? What is important for you to show up as? Like, what is the energy that feels like is most important to you? I think I will read from the book for this one as well, just because I already started that. And now I'm like, okay, I just love her messages so much. And I never read from the book, but this deck is a little bit different because she always just says the words that just fit. Also because it's a crystal deck, and everybody has, their interpretation of crystals and everything. And the card itself does have a lot within the image that you can look at, but sometimes so much in the image can actually be confusing. So let's see what she says. It doesn't matter who you were before, Amber assures you. What matters is who you are becoming. Amber is sure of this because she began as a thick, gooey pine resin, sticking to fingers and scenting the forest. Pine resin is antimicrobial, and amber carries this protection as well, guarding you on the spirit planes as you make your way into the next phase of being. Amber, who sometimes holds a leaf or an insect, asks, what will you carry with you as you shift yourself? What will become encased in your essence? This is a place where choice and the dance of destiny meet. When Amber enters your life, pause, listen to both your heart and your head as you design your own becoming. So it's just really important to look at who you are becoming so that you can embody that each and every day and remember, okay, this is who I am becoming, and I'm going to be strong, and I'm going to believe in myself, and I'm just going to keep showing up. And the last card that's coming up for this second week is do something different. So this is a reminder to switch things up. So if there's some things that aren't working for you in your life, it's time to change that up. And this can go along with who are you becoming, and maybe a routine that you have had around, you know, stepping into a new version of yourself or more of who you really truly are. But maybe it's not really working for you anymore. It's become dull, and now it's time to do something different. Switch things up in your routine. So the third week in October, we have the Tour. And this is truth, clarity, connection, and source. Now, the Tour is also the heart chakra, the earth. We also have the hair sitting there, and a baby tree that's growing. It's like new growth. Let me see what this card wants to share about the importance of this week. So one thing that they're saying is that it's really important to honor your sacredness, and it's important to have, like, I don't know that traditions is quite the right word, but having like some sort of sacred routine, something that's important to you but helps you in your spiritual growth and understanding and connection. So that is really important. It even says connection and source on it. So that makes sense, I guess. Being really strong in your own truth and in who you are, not allowing other people's beliefs to deter you from what you believe in. And then we have Howlite for the crystal, and you are the foundation. So this one is really pretty clear. You are the foundation. And I feel like it's really important to, well, it's not just what I feel, but it's also this energy that they're showing me of being really strong in who you are, which is something that I've said over and over and over in this reading, but making sure that your spiritual routine is sustaining you, is supporting you, that your routine and connection to yourself, to spirit, to earth, it needs to be incorporated in your life. It needs to be there to have that really strong foundation. And it says you are the foundation. And it shows like this tree being planted there. I'm curious what she says about this one, because there's so much when it comes to foundation. I did do a review of this book and this deck if you want to look it up as well. I love it. Soft is not a word usually used to describe a stone, but it suits Howlite just right. Shh, she whispers to your monkey mind. Come back to center, sit in stillness. It is not that Howlite wants you to curl back into bed with a cup of chamomile tea and call your day done. Quite the opposite. Howlite knows that your projects and adventures, your conversations and relationships will slide into flow and synchronicity when you yourself are unruffled. You are the foundation. Come from your center, undistracted by excess, aggravation, and random irritations. This is where your power lies. There's still a point within you, Howlite advises. Allow yourself to sink into it. So yeah, being really, really deeply connected to yourself and having that routine. Perfect for what it says in there. And the last card for this third week is Forgive and Forget. So this is about forgiveness, and I know that this has its time and its place, and some people are triggered by the whole thing of forgiving, but I think it's so much connected to yourself and this energy that you're holding on to about mistakes that you may have made, and you feel like that has put you behind or off of the path or that whatever, but you're frustrated and you're angry with yourself because you could have been further along. And this is that time and that reminder to forgive and forget and move on. It's time to move on. And we have the Chariot for the month. Move through that now. It's time to let go of that. The fourth week, then we have the White Spring, and it is protection, gratitude, energy, and healing. So this is showing up as a pretty healing week. It is more of a week of going within. It is a week of healing. It is a week of healing. That's really what it feels like to me. It feels like a week of where it's really important to sit with yourself, and it's a little bit of the theme anyways for the month, although the Chariot is all about action. So I guess you need to find where that action is. Remember that it's about balance. It's not just like storming through everything all month long, but you're going to have those moments where the Chariot is a really important reminder for you. The crystal card that we have is Morganite, and it says fill yourself. And this is such a heart chakra stone. It is such a, self-care, self-love type energy. And this is showing up in that place for the healing that you're going to be working on in this fourth week, or should be kind of putting some time into for this fourth week of the month, or extra time, I should say. And then we have trust in the divine plan. Trust in the divine plan because things might not be going as you want them to go or as you think they should be going. And you need to trust that everything is unfolding in accordance with the bigger plan. And it may not be what you wanted it to be, but you have to trust that it's for your highest and best good and that it's going to be perfect exactly as it is. One thing that they wanted me to mention that I wrote down is, what is your greatest distraction? It seems like there can be a lot of distractions this month, so it's important to take note of that. What are the things that are distracting you from what you are here to do, from your connection to yourself, from the things that are important, that really matter, I guess. Not that, I guess everything matters to a degree because we're all learning from it, but what are your greatest distractions? That's what is something that is really important for you to think about for the month of October. That is everything that I wanted to say, I guess, for this reading. I go deeper. Each week I do reading with Natalie, Reincarnated Redhead, in our group Sorceresses Circle. So every week we go live on Monday and we have a pick pile so people can pick which pile they feel called to, and then we share the messages, we channel all of that so that everybody can get their messages each week. So that goes a little bit deeper into each week as well. And then we're also live on Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesday we do channeling in the group. Fridays we do when we do the channeling in the group is for individuals. So you join live and you post your question or that you'd like a message on Fridays. Then we talk about a topic, we discuss a topic that we have people vote on. So that is something that you may be interested in as well. It is a free group. The link is posted in the description below. There's something else that I was going to tell you as well. And now, my membership group. So I take everything much deeper in my membership group. So in my membership group, we do full moon circles and new moon circles every month because we have 2 full moons in October. We'll be doing 2 full moon circles and 1 new moon circle. And every other week, I also channel in the group. So we'll start with the beginning of October with a full moon circle, which is a journey and healing, and whatever comes up, I channel it as we go. I know that the first one is with the fire elementals and the fire dragons. And then the following week I will do channeling. So we'll channel a message for every single person in the group who posts in the thread or on the live. And then the following week, we will have the new moon circle, where it is once again a journey, a healing. Once again, I channel it, so it's whatever comes up in that moment, or I will channel on it a little bit before, but I get most of it in the process of doing the moon circle. And then on October 31st, which I might do this on the 30th or a time that's better, because on Halloween it might not work for everybody, but we're going to do another full moon circle. So yeah, I channel for everybody twice a month. We do the moon circles every other week as well. So we just are lucky in October that we have 3 full moons. So you get 3 journeys. And the last one, the full moon on October 31st, we'll also be doing some kind of Samhain celebration or something. I feel like probably fairy related, because they tend to show up a lot in this energy, but it could be Caradwin, it could be who knows who's going to come in, but it's going to be magical and it's going to be powerful, and it's a great place to be for extra support as you go through stuff, because like I said, I channel for everybody every other week. So to join that, it is at the time of recording this, it's $97. I received guidance that it's going to go up to $147, but you can check out the link and see what price it is posted at the time of viewing this, because it could still be at $97. I haven't yet channeled on if the price is for sure supposed to be going up to $147 in October, or if I'm going to keep it at $97 for another month. So you can check out that link below as well. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that the message resonates with you and makes sense to you. Another thing to take note of is I do full moon and new moon spreads, tarot spreads for each of the moon cycles. So you can find those on my Instagram or Facebook pages. You can also, well, in my membership group, I create a journal which has journaling prompts, but it also has a massive and incredible tarot spread for the entire month. So that can help you really go deeper into things. And that's what it's really all about. The moon spreads are, the tarot spreads in general, are to help take you deeper into things, to see things that you may not be seeing on your own. So that's kind of the point of that, to help you see things and get more personal into what's happening for you. So thank you so much for joining me in this video, and make sure that you comment, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. I know that I don't say this in most of my videos, but if you enjoyed this, you resonate with me and what I have to share, then go subscribe. I'd love to have you. All right, I will see you on the next one. Bye.